All right, welcome back. Now let's go to our top five at seven. Going to national news, we have President charges body of benchers on bold practical reform. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has urged the body of benchers to pursue bold practical reforms capable of restoring public confidence in the judiciary and strengthening in the rule of law. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the 2025 All Nigerians Judges Conference of the Superior Court in Abuja, the president said the judiciary remains the stabilizing force of the nation's democracy, but cautioned that it appears threatened when justice is delayed or tainted by corruption. President Tinubu also told jurists that the growing backlog of court cases across the country is unacceptable, insisting that Nigeria cannot be viewed a just society with slow and compromised justice delivery.
All right, moving on to the next story, we have K6 Police Protection. The newly elected National Working Committee, NWC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, led by Aminu Turaki, has requested enhanced security both during and after its tenure. The National Chairman, Aminu Turaki, made the call after a closed-door meeting with the FCT Commissioner of Police. He appealed to the police to maintain a strong presence on Tuesday as NWC members formally assumed duties in their various departments. Turaki also warned individuals who were expelled from the party during the recently concluded convention to stay away from the party secretariat and its properties.
All right, then Pro-Wike's faction summons emergency neck vote meeting. Barely 48 hours after Pro-Makinde PDP announced the suspension of Senator Samuel Anyanwu, a faction of the PDP led by Abdurrahman Muhammad, has summoned an emergency meeting of its National Executive Committee NEC and Board of Trustees both for Tuesday. The meeting, which is scheduled to hold at the PDP National Secretariat, Wadata Plaza in Abuja, comes after a notice signed by Samuel Anyanwu, an ally of Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT.
And now to security, we have police confirm abduction of 25 schoolgirls in Kebbi. The Nigerian Police Force confirmed the adoption of at least 25 students of Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary Senior School, Maga, Kebbi State. This was contained in a statement signed by Kebbi State Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Nafiu Abubakar, stating that 25 students were taken from the unfortunate incident. The attack occurred in the early hours of Monday in the Danko-Wasagu local government area, where gunmen stormed the premises and whisked the girls away. The assailant also killed the school vice principal, Malam Hassan Makuku, before fleeing with the students. Witnesses reported that the attackers met no resistance and caused widespread panic, plunging the community into fear and grief.
And going to international news, Bangladesh ousted a leader, Sheikh Hasina, sentenced to death. Bangladesh former Prime Minister has been sentenced to death for crimes against humanity over her crackdown on student-led protests, which led to her ousting. Sheikh Hasina was found guilty of allowing lethal force to be used against protesters, 1,400 of whom died during the unrest last year. Hasina, who is 78, was tried in absentia by the International Crimes Tribunal (ICT) in Bangladesh, having been exiled in India since she was forced from power in July 2024. Prosecutors accused her of being behind hundreds of killings during the protest. Hasina has denied all charges, calling the trial biased and politically motivated.
And lastly, on the international scene, we have Polish PM says railway explosion was unprecedented act of sabotage. Poland's Prime Minister said an explosion on a railway line leading to the Ukraine border this weekend was caused by an unprecedented act of sabotage and vowed to catch those responsible, regardless of who their backers are. Visiting the scene, the London talks said that the damage done to the railway tracks was deliberate and likely aimed at blowing up the train. He expressed relief that there were no casualties. Speaking later in Warsaw after an emergency meeting of security officials, Poland Special Services Minister said there was a very high chance that the blast was carried out under orders of foreign services. And that's all we have for you today on Top 5 at 7.